Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the podcast, and welcome to your AEW Dynamite post show, man. And there is a lot to talk about in today's episode. This was the go-home show to AEW's Forbidden Door pay-per-view that's taking place this Sunday. We'll talk about that, and we'll go down for the full rundown of the show of last night's Dynamite, man. But before I even get in the show, man, I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about Dynamite. And honestly, it's probably, I don't even know if it's going to be a long upload or not, man, to be honest with you, but I do want to talk about Dynamite before I even, get into the full rundown of the show, man. I'm sitting here watching the show last night, and, obviously this is, the go-home show to Forbidden Door. I'm not going to sit here and say that Forbidden Door is one of AEW's best pay-per-views of the calendar year. I'm not going to go ahead and say that because I think that's complete and utter bullshit. We're about, 3 days away, 3 days shy, a few days away from Forbidden Door. I'm going to be honest, man, as far as the build-up towards this pay-per-view, there's really none. Honestly, the only build-up I can say going into Forbidden Door this weekend, as far as a match that's intriguing, would be the match that Tekla has against one of the individuals from Stardom. I forgot her name. It's the only build I feel as if that has... I feel like maybe the Starlight Kid is maybe the woman's name in Stardom. It's the only build that we have going into Forbidden Door. We're talking about a concept here, ladies and gentlemen, for a pay-per-view that at one time was very intriguing. When AEW first came around and they announced the Forbidden Door pay-per-view, the Forbidden Door, layout, if you will, was, AEW versus New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, again, a lot of people in the States have no idea about New Japan Pro Wrestling. A lot of people don't. There's certain people that do. There's certain people that watch New Japan's product. And at one time, I can honestly, confidently say that New Japan at one time was red hot. You had the likes of Kenny Omega, you had Okada, you had Will Ospreay. You had a lot of notable names over there in New Japan. You had Tanahashi still competing. Jericho had some matches over in New Japan, most notably with Kenny Omega. You had other individuals working with New Japan. You had the Young Bucks at one time also working with New Japan. New Japan at one time was a predominant company in Japan. Can I say the same thing now? Hell no. Absolutely not. We get to this year's Forbidden Door, man, and I can't stress enough that there's just no build, man. There is absolutely no build. And for the first time in a while, I can honestly tell you that, do I honestly believe that this AEW pay-per-view is worth $50? Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. Like I said, with the lackadaisical build, the fact that we've hardly even seen an abundance of CMLL talent, a part of Dynamite, to build towards these matches for Forbidden Door. I think we only seen Mystico, as far as I'm concerned. I think maybe Mascara Dorada. We haven't really seen Persephone. I mean, we've seen 3 talents from CMLL be a part of Dynamite as of late, leading us into Forbidden Door. Stardom, I haven't seen any talent really from Stardom besides, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Hazuki is from Stardom. She was a part of the Owen Hart Cup tournament. I know Suri was supposed to be a part of that tournament, but unfortunately she could not compete or was not medically cleared to compete. And instead of Suri, they replaced her with Maya World, who is now in the finals of the Owen Hart Cup tournament. I just feel like the build towards this pay-per-view, man, is very fucking lackadaisical. Very lackadaisical. And, I sit here every single week, man. I've been watching AEW Dynamite since the very beginning, since day one. I've been watching this product for 7 years, man. Over 7 years. And it's remarkable to me to see the decline of AEW as of late. I understand certain companies, when they come into fruition, it's a bumpy start, it's a bumpy road in the beginning, and eventually they maybe get better over time and time again. This is completely reversed for AEW, man. When AEW came into fruition, it was red hot. It was one of the best wrestling promotions out there. A lot of people were talking about AEW. A lot of eyeballs were glued to what AEW was doing. They had a lot of great moments, a lot of great memories in the first 3 to 4 years of AEW's existence. Bro, for the past few years, man, AEW has been a sinking fucking ship. sinking ship. And I've stressed this. I can't even tell you guys how many times I've talked about this shit. If you guys have been here with me on this podcast, first and foremost, I appreciate it. But if you guys have been here since day one, you know how I feel about AEW's creative over the past couple years, man. There is no fucking writing team for this company. And I understand the concept, well, it's a wrestling show. I get that, and I understand that. But you need some kind of direction. You need some kind of when, the where, and the why, man. We need a reason why. Anybody can throw matches together out of thin air and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. And that's exactly what we got last night. Last night's Dynamite episode was fucking horrible. Minus 2 matches that were on the card. Will Ospreay, his match that he had, which we will talk about in today's episode, and the main event between Takeshita and Ricochet for the international title. I mean, hell, I can't even tell you the last time we saw the international title even being defended on Dynamite. Because not for nothing, Okada didn't do shit with that goddamn title. Didn't do a goddamn thing with that belt. I don't know what the deal is with this company. I mean, look, man, at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and say that, AEW is the only bad company that's out there. We all are well aware of what's going on with TNA right now. And just the amount of bullshit that's going on with TNA, the fact that they lost an abundance of talent, Sami Callihan, Tessa Blanchard, hell, I think Santana's on his way out, Leon Slater might be on his way out as well, Steve Maclin is gone from the company as well, Tessa has left, Tessa's now possibly working with CMML in the future, and they just released Tommy Dreamer, who was the head of creative for TNA. They're losing talent out the wazoo, man. So I'm not sitting here saying that AEW is the only company right now in the shithouse. And Raw and SmackDown ain't no better. Right now, I can tell you right now, even though we're talking about AEW, a lot of people are going to be up in arms and probably pissed off, possibly at the outcome of the King of the Ring tournament that's taking place in Saudi Arabia on Saturday. I think a lot of people are going to be pissed off with the outcome, possibly, of that match. There's just no sense of direction, man. 2026 for professional wrestling across the board has been shit. Whether we're talking about AEW, TNA, or WWE, it's been shit. AEW, the thing with AEW, I'll give Monday Night Raw and SmackDown the benefit of the doubt. At least there's a little bit of story on Raw. AEW, bro, I don't know what the fuck happened. I always go back to the fact that when AEW signed a new TV rights deal, that the company just said, hey, we're going to pump the brakes, we're going to, skirt, and we're not going to do shit. No more excitement, no more enthusiasm, no more, storylines. I mean, dude, I don't know what the fuck happened. Seriously, I don't know if it was because when they got their new TV rights deal, Tony Khan was like, hey, it's a viable company. It's a viable product. We just got this new TV rights deal. There's no need to put any more effort into this show. And we're just going to coast. And that's exactly what AEW has been doing. Hell, even last night we got Ring of Honor talent on this show, bro. I can't stress to you the fact that Ring of Honor is a dead fucking company. I'm sorry. And look, Ring of Honor at one time was an awesome company. Before Tony Khan had bought that company, Ring of Honor was red hot, man. You had some of the greatest talent in the world, walk to the doors of Ring of Honor. We're talking Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, CM Punk, Eddie Guerrero, I think at one time. You had Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn killing it in Ring of Honor as well. I mean, and then Christopher Daniels, the Bucks, Adam Page, Adam Cole. And that's just to name a couple talents, man, that wrestled for Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor has not been the same in many, many years, man. It's been many, many moons ago. Ring of Honor was a great product, man. Ever since Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor, he killed that fucking brand. And then we see Red Velvet on AEW television last night. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, bro, where the hell have you been? And you look at even the Owen Hart Cup with Athena. Look, I get the situation with Maya World, and it's a sad story. And I'm sorry that she had lost her brother in that car accident. From what I was told, and supposedly he had, lost his life in a car accident, and I'm very sorry for that. Really, truthfully, genuinely, it's shitty. But I figured maybe Tony Khan was going to give her the benefit of the doubt and have her win at least one match, and she won against Sky Blue, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, awesome. Congratulations to Maya World for that match, and to move on in the Owen Hart Cup tournament. And then we get to Athena, and then she beats Athena, and now she's in the finals against Mercedes Moné. The reason why I don't know if this is going to pan out is if you're going to have Maya World beat Mercedes, then you need to push Maya World even more and not just say, okay, well, we're going to get her to the finals and then we're going to have her shit the bed. If you're going to push this girl, then you push her to win the Owen Hart Cup tournament, and then you continue to push her after the tournament is over. You don't stifle her. You know what I mean? Because at that point, she's red hot. Everybody's, holy shit, who's this Maya World girl? Let's push her. Let's push her to the moon. Let's strap the rocket to her back and see where she goes. That's a part of pushing younger athletes and younger talent on this roster that Tony Khan seemingly has a very hard time doing so. So I am worried with the outcome of the finals of the King of the Ring, the Owen Hart Cup for the women, because if you're going to have Maya World go over and beat Monet, then you better be pushing this girl to the moon. Don't just have her win the Owen and then stifle her. That's a bunch of horse shit. Because a lot of people wanted to see Monet versus Athena once again at Forbidden Door. And I don't know what the deal is that Tony Khan has with Athena, but every time we see Athena on AEW television, she loses more than she wins. And I don't understand it. Because the match, in my opinion, the match to make was Monet versus Athena in the finals of the Owen Hart Cup tournament. In my opinion. This show last night was all over the fucking place, man. It really was, bro. There was no story. There's no sense of direction. You had Kenny Omega come out and save the Bucks from getting their ass kicked. And then you have Kenny Omega saying, well, I'm going to get past Zack Sabre Jr. and I'm on my way on my redemption tour. We all know what's going to happen. I can tell you guys right now, with AEW's pay-per-view coming up next month in July, being AEW's redemption, that's got Kenny Omega written all over that pay-per-view. I can see the main event being Kenny Omega versus MJF. And people could say, well, what about Briscoe? Honestly, I'll talk about it in a second, but as far as Omega and MJF, I can see that taking place at Redemption. Because Omega has been talking about that even last night and on Collision this past Saturday. Kenny Omega, I feel like, is going to main event that pay-per-view and go up against MJF and possibly beat MJF for the AEW World title. Where that leaves Briscoe, I don't know. I know Briscoe's clamoring for an AEW title opportunity, bro, but I'm going to be honest, man. It's no disrespect towards Briscoe. I think Briscoe's a great wrestler, and I praise the Briscoes as a tag team, and I've, paid my respects to Jay. We all miss Jay Briscoe, man, and God rest his soul. But do I see Mark Briscoe being a main event guy and a guy that's going to carry AEW on his back as world champion? Absolutely fucking not. I'm sorry. Might be a hot take for a lot of people. I just don't see it. And to be honest with you, I don't want to fucking see it. I don't. I said the same shit about Brody King, bro. I'm excited for Brody King with him teaming back up with Bandito. I think Bandito was a great tag team, is a great tag team. And not for nothing, it's been the most successful thing that Brody King has done since he's been with AEW. He won championship gold with Bandito. You can say, oh, he was Trios champion. Yeah, what the fuck they do with it? What did they do when they were the House of Black, bro? They didn't do a goddamn thing with those titles. Nothing. Not Malachi Black, not Buddy Matthews, not Brody King. Not for nothing, I think the most successful person coming out of that entire stable might have been Julia Hart. To be honest with you. They didn't know what to do with Brody King once the House of Black split up. He was all over the place. He was teaming up with Buddy Matthews. They didn't do shit with the Hellhounds. Buddy Matthews got hurt in Australia. I haven't seen him since then at Grand Slam. It's been, over a year? I mean, come on, bro. It's just... Oh, man. I don't even know if I want to do a full rundown of this fucking show, to be honest with you, man. I talked to so many people in the goddamn community that are getting to the point now where the frustrations are just boiling at this point when it pertains to AEW, and to a point where a lot of people are contemplating covering other shit. I talked to people talking about covering NWA. There's one podcaster out there, you guys probably know who he is. He was on live last night, contemplating covering Lucha Underground. I can't say that I blame him. Because this shit's fucking horrible, man. It's horrible. Every single week, it's the same shit. Rinse and fucking repeat. No story, no build, lazy ass booking, and it's just like, bro, what the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing? I don't even think it's even worth me giving a full rundown of this goddamn show, man. I don't think I can do it. I really don't. It's just, it gets to a fucking point where you sit here and you go over this shit every single fucking week, and you sound like a broken record because it's the same shit every single goddamn week. Nothing's changing, man. Nothing is changing. This Forbidden Door pay-per-view is a throwaway pay-per-view. What really speaks Forbidden Door about this pay-per-view? Majority of the pay-per-view alone is AEW talent. Look at the fucking main event. That steel cage match. You got 12 individuals in a one steel cage matchup. That's a lot of fucking people to be in one small cage, bro. I don't know how the hell they're going to pull this off. It's not like it's a War Games 2-cage setup. This is one cage, according to Mark Briscoe, in the promo that he cut last night. One cage with 12 individuals in this one cage. I don't know how the hell they're going to pull that off. I feel like it's going to be a complete and utter mess. And every single member of that team is an AEW roster member. Up and down the board. So how is that speaking Forbidden Door? Number one. Number two, you got Jon Moxley defending the Continental title against Bandito. Again, AEW roster talent. Not really speaking Forbidden Door to me. Copeland and Cage defending the AEW Tag Team titles against the Dogs. Again, AEW roster talent. Mercedes Moné and Maya World. From what I understand, I think Maya World is signed with AEW, if I'm not mistaken. Again, AEW roster talent. Where is this Forbidden Door concept coming into play? What, the Young Bucks are in a tag team matchup with 2 members from New Japan and 2 members from CMLL? Come on, bro. Come on. With what build? What fucking build? You know what I'm saying? You're throwing matches together because, we're going to have a pay-per-view and it's going to be a throwaway pay-per-view. And that's exactly what it is. The only proper build in this entire pay-per-view is Tekla and Starlight Kid from Stardom. That's it. And the fact that Tekla has some history with Stardom. That's it. There's no vignettes of these different talents from CMLL or New Japan shooting their shot against an AEW talent. You got Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kenny Omega, which seemingly no one gives a shit about. I mean, come on, bro. Come on. Jesus Christ. The Forbidden Door concept, I'm hoping to God this whole concept of this pay-per-view fucking dies after this weekend. I'm sorry. New Japan, dude, I honestly, at this point, I don't know what the hell is going on with New Japan. New Japan is drizzling shits, number one. Number two, CMLL, yeah, they're doing great things, but the problem with CMLL is not a lot of people know about CMLL. They don't. It's hard to watch their content. It's trying to figure out what's going on with their content. And a lot of people don't know much about CMLL. They know Mystico because Mystico has been on AEW television quite a bit. So was Mascara Dorada. But these other, and Persephone, besides those three, who, from what I understand, all three of those talents have dual contracts with AEW and CMLL. There's nobody else. You know what I mean? Like, there's no other intrigue with CMLL and AEW talent right now except for those three individuals that we see on AEW television. Which, once again, go back to what I originally said. It's AEW roster talent versus AEW roster talent. Because those three individuals that are in CMLL have dual contracts with CMLL and AEW. You know what I'm saying? Where's the fucking intrigue in all this shit? Where is the intrigue? It's like, oh my God, bro. Oh, man. I don't know. I told you guys before, man, and I stand behind this, that I am looking. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm not going to cover AEW. That's not what I'm saying. But am I looking into covering other companies as far as promotions are concerned? Absolutely. I'm looking into NWA, which I once covered at one time when it was back on YouTube on Tuesdays at 6:05 way back in the day. I'm thinking about covering NWA. I'm thinking about MLW and what they're doing right now. I think they're on the uprise. No, I'm not covering TNA because I think TNA is in the shit house at this point. You can bring in Road Dogg all you want, but I don't think Road Dogg's going to be enough to save this fucking company. I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it's sad. When you're an AEW fan, and I am, but I'm also a fan of professional wrestling. But when you watch what this company once had to what it is now, man, it's hard to watch. It is, bro. I don't know what the fuck happened. And yeah, I get it. Next month, there's going to be a lot of talking going on in the pro wrestling space because you got an abundance of free agents out there, high-profile free agents, mind you, that are looking to land in certain companies. You got the Motor City Machine Guns with Shelley and Sabin, and you got, Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, Austin Creed, a part of the New Day, also free agents and are available to wrestle in July for whatever company they decide to pick. Hopefully, a lot of people are saying it might be AEW. Yeah, they need an uprise in that tag team division, absolutely. Absolutely. Kairi Sane's also a free agent. You know, you had the Wyatt Six, the entire stable alone that are free agents, the entire stable. You know, so again, I mean, it does beg the question of, you know, what's going to happen in July. You know what I mean? Right now, it's just, I don't know, man. It's hard to watch, bro, to be honest with you. And I hate sitting here every single week sounding like a broken fucking record. And I'm trying to find, like, at least something entertaining about AEW, and there was last night. Takeshita and Ricochet killed it last night. And for those people hating on Ricochet, bro, Ricochet can wrestle. Whether you like the guy or not, Ricochet can wrestle. You can't take that away from that guy. He still puts on a great match. And I thought Takeshita and Ricochet did a hell of a job last night. Then you had Will Ospreay versus El Phantasmo from New Japan. Again, I thought it was a great match. I mean, we're talking about a guy that can have a match with a piece of sliced bread and it'd be a 5-star match. And Will Ospreay and Takeshita. You know, Harley Cameron was in action against Marina Shafir. I'm going to be honest, man. Look, I know a lot of people like Harley Cameron. I think she's awesome. I think she is funny as all hell. I think she has that comedic value to AEW, and a lot of people are gravitated towards Harley Cameron. I think her best run, honestly, was when she was teaming up with Willow Nightingale, and they became the first ever AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. Obviously, they had split up and did their own things now, and Harley's on her own, and Willow was on her own, and now she's currently injured, and that's why she had to relinquish the TBS title. But I feel like at this point now with Harley Cameron, after watching the match with Marina Shafir, I just feel like wrestling is not the best suitable thing for Harley Cameron. You know, she can be a comedian, she can be an actress, anything else. I just feel like wrestling might not be it for Harley Cameron. Might be a hot take for a lot of people. And people could say, well, you just said that she was AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. Yeah, with the help of Willow Nightingale, bro. Willow was carrying those matches. I'm just keeping it a buck. I just feel like Harley Cameron's better suited to be maybe in a backstage role, you know, be a manager. I don't know. I feel like as far as in-ring, it's just not there. You know, and as far as Marina Shafir is concerned, this is the best run that she's had in her entire wrestling career working with the Death Riders. And my thing is when she's out there with Moxley, or the Death Riders for that matter, she plays a significant role in those matches for the Death Riders. She helped the Death Riders last night. You know what I mean? She's also helped the Death Riders win matches. And then we get a matchup here between Marina Shafir and Harley Cameron, and then you have Marina lose. So what's that do for Marina Shafir? She should look like a powerhouse, an indestructible force. She also has an MMA background. Why couldn't she go in there and kick out of a bullshit roll-up from Harley Cameron? Or an ankle lock, for that matter. You know what I'm saying? You had this MMA background, but then you're looking like a damn fool in a matchup against Harley Cameron. That's what I don't understand. You know, I don't know, man. I feel like, I don't know. You see Copeland and Cage last night, they attacked the dogs. You know, look, I respect the hell out of Copeland and Cage, man. I do. But, again, it's a matchup against the dogs that I quite frankly, I don't give a shit about. I really don't. I really genuinely don't. Same thing with Kenny Omega and Zack Sabre Jr. Y'all put this match together out of thin air because you wanted Kenny Omega a part of the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. I don't think anybody gives a rat's ass about Omega versus Zack Sabre Jr. I genuinely, I don't think anybody gives a shit. Honestly. I really don't think anybody cares. You had the Young Bucks in action against TMDK, which was a good match. Zack Sabre Jr. gets involved, and then we see Kenny Omega. Jack Perry had a matchup against Zack Sabre Jr. early on in the night. Great match. I mean, Zack Sabre Jr. is a great wrestler. He's a very technical wrestler. Probably one of the best technical wrestlers that's out there today. But it's just, I don't know, man. I feel like the concept of the Forbidden Door needs to die. It's over. I'm sorry. The dream that Tony Khan once had with the Forbidden Door, that entire concept is done. Doesn't mean shit. It doesn't even hold value anymore, man, because no one legitimately gives a rat's ass about the Forbidden Door anymore. Nobody cares, bro. If it was more, I feel like the only way now that the Forbidden Door would work if this was like an invasion type angle with another significant company, not being New Japan. Or if it was New Japan and like MLW, or, I mean, if TNA wasn't working with WWE, maybe TNA when they had a decent roster at one time. I mean, I don't know, bro. It's just, the whole concept now with the Forbidden Door shit, it's just not working. It's not working. It's not. This pay-per-view this weekend for AEW is going to be a throwaway pay-per-view. A lot of people are going to be pissed off about it. I would not be surprised if people don't go on the on the concept of it being probably one of the worst pay-per-views in AEW's history. I think this pay-per-view this weekend is going to be chalked. I think it's going to be shit. To be honest with you, do I think it's worth the $50 they're asking for? Absolutely fucking not. No, because everybody's going to be paying attention to what WWE's doing on Saturday, and I believe TNA has Slammiversary on Sunday as well, and a lot of people are anticipating that show as well to see what's going on with TNA. I think this weekend AEW is definitely playing the back fiddle. To be honest with you, they're in the back seat. They ain't in the driver's seat this weekend, man. I think it's WWE, to be honest with you. AEW's Forbidden Door is just, it ain't it. It's not it. And like I said, I wanted to do a full rundown for this show, bro. I do not have it in me anymore with this kind of shit to run it down when it's so fucking boring, man. It is, dude, because it's going to be the same shit over and over again. And mentally, with AEW, I'm fucking exhausted. I am mentally fucking drained with AEW. It is hard to watch this damn company. It's hard to actually be entertained by this company anymore because it's like, I feel as if you're getting the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like, nothing fucking changes. It's always the same shit. There's no story. There's no build. And the matches they're putting on, bro, I can give a rat's ass about. I told you guys how I felt about the MJF Mark Briscoe situation, bro. I can give a rat's ass. Honest, I mean, seriously, bro. You're running back a match based upon what happened at All Out last year in September in Toronto. Oh, I beat MJF in a tables and tacks match. Who gives a fuck, man? Who gives a fuck? I've even made other situations and solutions for Briscoe. AEW made that bullshit makeshift tournament with the likes of Adam Page, Samoa Joe, Andrade, Kenny Omega, all these other individuals in this makeshift tournament to crown a number one contender for MJF at one time. And why was Briscoe not considered to be in that tournament? Where the hell was Mark Briscoe? Instead, you push Brody King to win that tournament and get a matchup against MJF at Grand Slam in Australia. Come on, man. Come on, bro. And clearly, Tony Khan doesn't have that much faith in Mark Briscoe. Look how many tournaments that Briscoe has been in and has failed. Look how many times he was in the Continental Classic tournament, bro. You thought he won that shit? Hell no. One of the tournaments, he couldn't get a win to save his goddamn life. They don't have faith in Mark Briscoe, bro. They have nobody else. That's the problem. There is nobody else right now. They are stalling and waiting. They're waiting for July for Kenny Omega versus MJF at Retribution to have that matchup. You got All In, which is AEW, legitimately AEW's biggest show of the year for AEW. It's their WrestleMania. The biggest show for AEW in the calendar year. I hope they don't drop the fucking ball this year, man. I hopefully they're back at Wembley. Hopefully they don't drop the ball. Will Ospreay needs to walk out in AEW as AEW or at Wembley as AEW World Champion and win the Owen. That's what needs to happen. It's just hard for me to have faith in this Tony Khan regime right now because, bro, it's just honestly, man, he's fucking delusional, man. He's so fucking lazy. It's unbelievable, especially with the weekly episodic television. I saw a thing last night watching AEW Dynamite that had me fucking rolling, laughing. You have Chris Jericho. Supposedly he was beefing with Tommaso Ciampa, so I don't know what the hell's going on with that now. But then they have, how they had the collision matches, that they're announcing these collision matches. And I'm watching Dynamite last night, and I'm looking, and I see, Chris Jericho's on Collision. Oh, cool. Who's his opponent? Man, and if I looked at that opponent, but I busted out laughing, man. It was J.D. Drake. Fake-ass Larry the Cable Guy against Chris Jericho. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing? And my thing is, too, with MJF, you got other guys like Andrade, who Andrade and MJF have been at each other's throats for weeks. When the fuck is this match going to happen? Are we waiting until Grand Slam when they go back to Mexico to book this fucking match? I mean, shit, bro, I'd rather have MJF versus Andrade at Forbidden Door than a cage match in one cage with 12 individuals in one cage. I don't know how the fuck they're going to pull this off. 6-on-6? In one cage. At least for War Games, it's 2 cages and 2 fucking rings. One cage with 12 individuals, it's going to be a fucking disaster. Disaster. I'm sorry. It's just, oh my God, man. Jesus Christ, bro. I don't know, man. I really don't know what to even... I don't even know what to say anymore about this shit. I really don't. It's fucking horrible. It's absolutely horrible. It's... God. I don't know, man. I just... To me, it's one of those things where at one time this company was red hot. And I understand that shit changes. And the business model of it changes. And things do change. I get it. But Jesus Christ, man. Like, does the show have to get progressively fucking worse over time? And I'm sorry, but I'm going to go on a limb and say this shit too. Unfortunately, AEW, they need all hands on deck. Where the fuck is Paige? I get it, bro. You want to do this whole storyline of, oh, he can't challenge for the AEW World Title again. You can't put him in anything else? Where the fuck is Paige at? Adam Cole is out with injury. Hopefully he comes back and he's got a clean bill of health and he can come back and compete. Where the hell is Keith Lee? Keith Lee supposedly has been medically cleared now for a while. You just don't have no plans for Keith Lee. You better figure something the fuck out. Britt Baker. Baker's not injured. She was at the NFL draft. Fine. Having food, having drinks, everything else. It looks like she's not injured at all. What are you doing with Britt Baker? Not a fucking thing. It's like, bro, why sign this talent if you're just going to have him sit on the sideline? Where's Wardlow? Supposedly Wardlow was in New York for Double or Nothing. Supposedly. Where's Wardlow? Figure it the fuck out. Where's Camille? You had Camille to come back for what? A match, 2 matches? And then see you later. We'll see you again maybe next year. I mean, what the fuck is going on here? What is going on? You have talent on this roster that you don't even know is signed with the company. I go back to the Willie Mack situation. When people didn't even know Willie Mack was even signed to the fucking company. Willie Mack even said that sometimes because AEW doesn't even use him, he's damn near homeless. Jesus Christ, man. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck are we doing here? What are we doing? Jesus Christ. Tony Khan needs to pull his head out of his ass and figure out what the fuck you're doing. It's not fucking rocket science, man. I mean, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God, dude. Jesus. I don't know, bro. I can't, man. I cannot do a full rundown of the show, ladies and gentlemen. I just can't. Mentally, I am fucking exhausted and drained with this bullshit. It's horrible, man. It's just, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know. Jay White is another person that's out with injury. Someone told me about that the other day. I completely forgot about Jay White. Where the hell is Jay White? God, we miss him too. Where the hell is Jay White? You know what I mean? You need all hands on deck, bro, to make this show successful. But you also need fucking storylines. Write some fucking story. Put down the fucking White Claw and write a fucking story. That's all we're asking, man. That's all we're fucking asking. And it's like you're trying to get blood from a fucking stone. Get off your ass and write a fucking story. I mean, holy shit, man. People are like, oh, I want an opportunity. Bro, fucking earn it. Fucking earn it. That's the other thing, too, that would burn my ass, bro. Oh, I went to Tony Khan, and I had a couple White Claws with him, and I asked him for an opportunity at the AEW World Title. He said, you know what? That sounds like a great idea, bud. Fucking earn it. Fucking get off your ass and work for it. Jesus fucking Christ, bro. That's half the problem with this shit anymore. Nobody wants to earn shit no more. They want to just, give me. Get off your fucking ass and earn it. I'm sick of that shit, bro. I cannot fucking stand that shit. Oh, I talked to the boss man, and we're really good buddies. And he was like, you know what, sounds like a good idea, Brody. We'll give you an opportunity, bud, because clearly I can't write a fucking story. Yeah, no shit, bud. Jesus fucking Christ. Tony Khan can't write a fucking story to save his goddamn ass. Like, Jesus Christ, man. It's just, oh my God, bro. I've seen more creative storylines in a person's grocery store list than what the fuck we've gotten on fucking AEW television for the past 2-3 years. Holy shit. I mean, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand how we go from some of the best storytelling, all these stories, all these great moments, and then it goes to complete and utter fucking just shit. Like, what the fuck happened? Like, I hate saying that, but it's the fucking truth. What the fuck happened? You signed this new TV rights deal with Time Warner and Warner Brothers Discovery, and then you're like, you know what, fuck everybody else? Jesus Christ, man. Because I'm going to tell you all this right now. I don't see AEW getting that same TV rights deal with Paramount. If Paramount brings them on, I don't fucking see it. And you'd be a dumb son of a bitch to give them that kind of money. Because I'll be looking at their fucking analytics and looking at the ratings and the metrics and be like, you want that $200 million or $250 million, buddy? We're going to have to pump the brakes on that shit real quick. Jesus Christ, bro. And it don't take fucking Scooby-Doo and the gang to figure that shit out. I can tell you that shit right now. This show has been the drizzling fucking shit for the past 2 to 3 fucking years. Holy shit. I mean, come on, bro. Like, what? Seriously, what the fuck are we doing here? Well, let's bring over some Ring of Honor talent to make Ring of Honor talent. Ring of Honor is a dead fucking brand. Ring of Honor needs to stay on Ring of Honor. You're charging people a paywall to watch that fucking garbage. We just saw Shane Taylor show up on AEW television, and then they came out and boot stomped the piss out of the Death Riders. Who gives a fuck about Shane Taylor and Shane Taylor Promotions, bro? Nobody. Nobody gives a shit. The only reason why you booked that fucking match between Shane Taylor and Jon Moxley is because AEW was in Cincinnati, Ohio, and you had Moxley from Cincinnati, and you had Shane Taylor from Cleveland, Ohio. 2 Cleveland guys going at it in the middle of the ring. And Tony Khan said, "Oh, you know what? They're from Ohio. That's a great fucking-idea." Come on, man. Jesus Christ. My grandmother can book a better match after having, I don't know, how many shots of Jack Daniels at 8 o'clock in the morning and can write a better goddamn show than what the hell we're seeing now. Jesus fucking Christ. And my grandmother's 80-some years old. Jesus Christ. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, I feel like I'm losing brain cells at times watching this goddamn shit, bro, because it doesn't fucking make sense. It doesn't make sense. Mark Briscoe is going to get a title shot if his team wins. Why can't we find a number 1 contenders match for Briscoe to face off, I don't know, I guess Andrade maybe? Or some shit like that? Something. Because you know Kenny Omega is crawling for an AEW World title shot, hence the reason for redemption, and the fact that Omega's been mentioning the word redemption for the past 2 fucking weeks. I mean, you might as well just tell everybody that Omega's in the main event of Redemption in July. They're also going to be in, I believe, Canada for that pay-per-view. I mean, come on, bro. It's like you're beating around the fucking bush. Jesus Christ. It's just, oh, man. Oh, man. I don't get it, folks. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. And it's the same shit every single fucking week. You know what I mean? You'll have people, I mean, the hell, that's the other thing, too. I got a great laugh on that. Bully Ray. If you guys don't know who Bully Ray is, Bully Ray with Team 3D, Devon and Dudley, or Devon Dudley and Bubba Ray Dudley from the Dudley Boys. You know, obviously he's on, Sirius Radio with Busted Open Radio. And he made comments about Moxley, saying the Death Riders are the death of AEW, and Moxley's trying to be the next Terry Funk and all this other shit. And then you had Josh Barnett saying that he was going to boot stomp the piss out of Bubba Ray Dudley for the comments that he made, that Dudley made against Jon Moxley. I'm like, dude, you give me a fucking break, man. Holy shit. Holy shit. I'll give Bully Ray this. I'll give him this. That, yeah, I don't know, Jon Moxley's trying to be the next Terry Funk. But do I agree with Bully Ray on the aspect that the Death Riders are the death of AEW? Absolutely. That stable needs to burn in a damn dumpster fire and die. That theme music alone sounds like the everlasting death of AEW. I can't stand that fucking theme music. So I'll give Bully Ray that. But Moxley trying to be the next Terry Funk, yeah, I don't know about that. But I thought it was funny as all hell that Josh Barnett came out of the woodworks online on Twitter and said that he was going to boot stomp the piss out of Bully Ray. And Bully Ray said that Brock Lesnar was going to come out and boot stomp Josh Barnett. I'm like, oh, here we go with this bullshit. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. It's just, I don't know, bro. It's a fucking shit show, man. It really is. And again, it's not. I'm not going to sit here and shit on AEW entirely. I mean, wrestling alone across the board has been the drizzling shits for the past 2 fucking years. It has been. I mean, it's from WWE, TNA, AEW. I mean, I don't know. TNA. I mean, that's a whole other different ball field, though. That's Jesus Christ, man. I even heard through the grapevine that, and I could be wrong on this, but a buddy of mine told me this, and I had a good laugh out of this shit, that Tommy Dreamer, when he was with TNA had an event in New York City. Now, Mike Santana is from New York City. It was a championship matchup where it would have crowned Mike Santana TNA World Champion in his hometown in New York City. And Tommy Dreamer opted not to go with that. Are you fucking insane? First and foremost, Mike Santana is severely underrated. I don't give a damn who you are or what you think. Santana is underrated. Absolutely underrated. He was killing it on the indies, and he's been killing it in TNA. But not to even contemplate crowning this guy TNA World Champion in his hometown, bro. Jesus fucking Christ. What a dumbass way of thinking. Ass backwards kind of way. You want to crown the guy in his hometown? Come on, man. I don't, and the thing of it is, with everything that's coming out with, TNA, I'm not surprised Dreamer got let go. I'm not surprised at all. It's Jesus, man. And God, I told you all this before, man. God bless you if you're a diehard TNA fan, man, because holy shit. I mean, Jesus Christ, bro. I said it before. It don't take a fucking a rocket scientist to figure out that TNA is fucking dying. It's just, I don't give a shit. Oh, they're going to bring in a new title. For what? For what? You can't even sign talent longer for a 3-year deal. Well, you had Tesla. Yeah, Tesla got the hell out of Dodge. You had Fabian Eichner come in and just tell everybody, well, I'm only here for the summer. What, 4 to 6 months and you're fucking gone? Come on, man. And you want to bring in a new title. For what? You can't even keep the fucking talent you got now. And bring in another title. What, to bring some more spotlight to the TNA? Well, we brought a new title in. You can't keep the fucking talent you got behind closed doors now. And you think bringing in Road Dogg's gonna save y'all's asses? Come on, man. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, yeah, Road Dogg's gonna be a Slammiversary. There's rumors that he's gonna, sign with TNA and be a part of, be the head of creative with Delirious. Holy shit. Jesus. Oh, man. Jeez Louise, bro. I tell you. Road Dogg ain't the answer. He's not the answer. I don't know, man. I don't know, folks. I don't know. At the end of the day, with all joking aside, I can't give a full rundown of the show. I just can't, man. I'm mentally, I'm absolutely drained with AEW. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm not going to cover AEW anymore. It's just, it gets to a point where it's just, you're mentally just exhausted and drained because it's the same shit. The same shit every week. It's exhausting. You got a pay-per-view coming up for AEW, which usually 9 times out of 10 their pay-per-views are red hot. This one for Forbidden Door, bro, is going to be probably one of the worst AEW pay-per-views of all time. With Forbidden Door, I definitely don't think it's worth the $50 they're charging people for this pay-per-view. I can tell you that right now. Maybe $25 at best. That's just me keeping it a buck, man. It ain't it. It's not it, and I feel like the Forbidden Door concept after this year needs to be gone, and it needs to be done. It's over. The Forbidden Door, that door needs to be closed, locked, and someone needs to throw away that damn key or bury it somewhere out in the goddamn ocean and never open that fucking door again. It's over. The Forbidden Door pay-per-view, the concept, it needs to go away. It needs to be over. But with that being said, though, this is my review of AEW's Dynamite. I hope you guys are out there staying safe. Be careful, and remember, stay classic. Peace.